Hello, and welcome to the Adrienne Ross Show. I'm Adrienne Ross, of course. Today, we're going to talk a little politics. Actually, let me rephrase that. It's really not politics we're talking. It's really humanity. I want to talk about someone who happens to be a political figure, but this is about more than politics. Let's talk about President Joe Biden. Over time, through my writing, through my podcasting, through comments I've made, I'm on record as talking about the fact that this president appears to be having cognitive issues. I'm also on record as saying that I find it despicable that there are some who make jokes about it. I'm not here to make jokes about it. I am here to say there's a concern. And over the last week, if you've paid attention to the news, you've seen some instances that ought to make you concerned as an American. And again, I'm not making light of it. What I'm saying is something I've said before. Anyone who is behind having him running for president again, having him in the situation he's in even now, is guilty of elder abuse. The man is clearly not all there. Again, this is not about politics. If you know me, you know I'm no Biden supporter. Didn't vote for Biden. Don't plan to vote for him this time either. But I'm a human being. And what I see in this president as a human being says that no other human being should be okay with what we see. Not only is it embarrassing to him, it's embarrassing to the nation. On the world stage, there are world leaders who are talking about the president, the leader of the free world. And at this time in his life, he's been in the public eye for years and years and years. At this point in his life, let the man get out on the lake, let the man go fishing, let the man chill out. But he should not be leading the United States of America, and he should certainly not be signing up for more years of doing that, for 4 more years. I don't understand Jill Biden. Listen, the reason why I say I don't laugh and joke about this stuff is because I know what it is to have loved ones who've been diagnosed with dementia. I know what it is to see people age. And I don't find it a laughing matter. It's a scary matter. It's a sad matter. And so the people who joke about it, they probably have never experienced it. I also believe you reap what you sow. And so I'm not trying to sow anything that I don't want to handle, right? So I'm not making light of it. I am saying that there's no way that if you love this man, like his wife, or if you're in his political party, why you would be putting him forth to run for 4 more years when we all can see it. If you say that you don't see the decline in Biden, I cannot believe that you're telling the truth. You're either so blinded by political partisanship or you just aren't paying attention. But it's because it's obvious. And I understand that there are people who are they are obsessed with power. And people who have dementia, very often, you can't reason with these people. They don't get it. They don't see it. If he were asked, do you think you're qualified or do you think you're mentally capable of going 4 more years? And especially if you're in love with power, your answer is going to be yes, because you're not thinking clearly. I've seen that happen. And no matter what you say, you cannot convince them. That's why there've got to be people in the room, people in your life who step in at times. And I don't understand why Joe Biden is not stepping in. I don't know. But we know this man is not running the country on a regular basis. He's just not. And he should not be the leader of the free world. He should not be running again. And these people who are putting him out there like that should be ashamed of themselves. We've already seen it over time, seeing it more. In the last week, I'm going to show you a couple things that we saw, and you can see no matter what kind of excuses Karine Jean-Pierre, his press secretary, is making, and she does a horrible job at even trying to make the case, but it's got to be a hard case to try to make. But no matter what she says, no matter what anyone says, no matter what statement former President Obama puts out there, you cannot tell us that we don't see what we see. There was a fundraiser. Former President Obama was there. on the stage. And he doesn't seem to know, Biden, when he's supposed to not be on the stage anymore. Okay, so it's obviously time to go, but he's sort of not, well, he's not going. And so you're going to see what Obama does. He kind of hangs out for a while, but at some point, I got to get him. We got to go. He just seems frozen. Biden. So let's look at what he does. Notice his hand is on his back as he leads him off the stage. This is the president of the United States. If he were totally cool and he's supposed to just be hanging out on the stage and not frozen, the former president of the United States is not going to pull the president of the United States off the stage. He's going to wait till the president of the United States was ready to leave the stage. It was over. It's time to go. He's just frozen there. So Obama kind of slyly grabs his arm, his wrist, and puts his hand on his back and leads him off the stage. I know there are some people who believe that Obama is actually leading the country, but at least they're under the guise that President Biden is leading the country. And so why is he taking his wrist and pulling him off the stage? Because he was frozen there, because things are going on or not going on up there. And again, to have him in a situation like that is just elder abuse. It's elder abuse. There is no power that should supersede a person and caring for a person. And Joe Biden is not in the condition to be in this position. He's just not. The right thing to do is to step in. This is just terrible. And it's inhumane as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to show you something else. But first, let me pause and share these messages with you. Local folks, DL Transmissions is the home of the free transmission inspection. Their free inspection includes a comprehensive road test with a top technician with state-of-the-art scanning equipment and a detailed consultation with my friend, Daryl LeGrand. If you think your transmission is not working right, call their office at 573-334-8726 or stop by their shop at 783 South Kings Highway in Cape Girardeau. Go check out my friends at DL Transmissions. Also, I want to remind you that Guardians of Liberty is on its summer schedule. So their first meeting and their only meeting for June is June 18th at 5 p.m. at Delmonico's. The guest will be Dr. Douglas G. Frank. He is an elections expert, and he will be talking about hackable elections. That's Guardians of Liberty in Southeast Missouri, Delmonico's at 5 o'clock p.m. on June 18th. I'm going to share one more thing with you. Now this might be a little bit different. I know that there have been some who see this as also an indicator of the cognitive issues the president seems to be going through. May or may not be. It might be a situation where he just, I don't know, it's a cultural kind of difference thing. I don't know. But it is interesting. And so I'm going to show it to you and see what you think. Now, so you can see everybody's getting down. Some people, I mean, they even asked his press secretary about it because he just seems absolutely frozen in a place where people are just kind of getting down to the gospel music. President's not moving. Vice President Kamala Harris, her husband, second gentleman, Doug Emhoff. He's getting down. He doesn't seem to know that the song is about God, though, because you'll see that they're saying, I don't want to love nobody but you. I don't want to love nobody but you. And he's pointing to her. Everybody talking about the Lord, but he's pointing to her. But at least he's got some rhythm going. He's got some movement. President Biden, he's not moving at all. This might not be the cognitive thing. This might simply be he just don't got no rhythm, and he just don't, I don't know, but I don't know. It's worth taking a look at anyway. Here we go again.
I don't want to love nobody but you. What is it do? He said today, he was gone. He wanted us like what superheroes do. I will never fall. Don't pray to love, but love myself. Makes my heart beat. For the rest of my life. All I wanna do is make you proud of me. He said today.
I don't know. Maybe that's a situation where that's just not your background, so you just don't get down like that. But I tell you what, most people, even if they're just watching the Jeffersons and that theme song, Moving On Up, even when that comes out, we just can't help but move like we're in church. He's totally frozen. I don't know if it's in the same category as the others. What I do know is that something is off. And the people who are going along with this and just using him, whether he's just the face of it and somebody else is running the show, which I'm sure, I shouldn't say I'm sure, not like anybody told me, but my common sense tells me that he's not running the show, at least most of the time. And I just think it's so unfair. It's unfair to him more so than even it is to the country, but it's not good for the country either. And I don't understand. I don't understand a wife not stepping in. I don't understand the doctors not stepping in. Political parties do what political parties do. So, if they can use you, they will. But the people who supposedly have your best interest at heart, I don't understand. I think it's so unfair to him, and I think it's elder abuse, and that they should be ashamed of themselves, and somebody should be held accountable, whatever that looks like. Interested in knowing what you think? Make sure you leave your comments, your thoughts, respectfully, in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we are growing. I appreciate the growth. I appreciate your support. And those of you who have donated, I appreciate that. If you want to donate, you can donate to my Cash App, and you can donate to Venmo. Thank you all for your support. I want to remind you that I'm a part of the BMG Network. That is the BMGnetwork.com. We are engaging, enlightening, informative, and yes, even entertaining. So check that out. Also, go to my Substack, adrienneross.substack.com, where I do my writing. The podcast is also there, in addition to the podcast platforms. Subscribe over there as well. All right. I'll catch you soon enough, God willing. God bless you abundantly.